Welcome to our East program at Brooklyn High School. In our program, we have learned how to use multiple different resources such as 3D printers, Photoshop, ArchiCAD, ArcGIS, as well as others. We have been able to make new contacts with some of our local community leaders, such as our mayor. We are excited to share with you some of the projects we have been working on this year. And first, here's a look into our East classroom. And now for our first project we want to showcase is titled School Maps. We've had multiple faculty members as well as our on-campus security officers reach out to us about updating our maps. Our old maps are very outdated and many teachers have relocated from their previous version. We're using ArchiCAD to create this map, and we also reach out to H&S Time Surveying to help us learn how to use ArchiCAD to create the maps. We've been going around the school, checking room numbers, and then changing those numbers to the actual teachers' names. This will not only help our new students, but also our old students will be able to find their teachers' classrooms. We should be done with the project soon, and we'll be able to email a copy to all the teachers so they can post in their classrooms for students to see. We also plan on using our plotter printer and making a large copy to frame and place at entrances. We are going to add a star on the map so students will know where they are at the moment. By doing this in ArchiCAD, we will be able to update it yearly as well as add to or change it as needed. We can also use it to add evacuation routes for everyone to see. Now I'm going to send it over to my teammate Jake to let him tell you about his project.
Thanks, Jordan. My project is called Johnny Cash Boyhood Home Digital Breakout. This project came to us from the director of the museum. She reached out to us because she wanted an interactive way to showcase the museum. Since COVID hit, visitors have not been able to see the museum, and she wanted to still give them a way to be interested and virtually visit the museum. I began by going to Dice and taking pictures of the Johnny Cash home, the outside as well as the inside. Then I used Google Forms and created a slideshow of the pictures as well as the information I'd gathered during my research. This gives visitors a way to learn details about Johnny Cash's life. I included this information in the slideshow as well. I then ended the tour with riddles. By answering these riddles correctly, you can break out of the digital breakout room. Then completely finished, this will be uploaded to the Johnny Cash Museum's website for visitors to interact with. Thanks for listening to my project. I'm now sending you to Drew to discuss our next project.
Thanks, Jake. For our third project, we've been working with a local probation officer on a project that we titled Police Mapping. When Officer Saylor came to us this past summer, he explained to us that his office had no real way of checking addresses for registered offenders. Instead, they spend their days driving around in a radius from the address given to verify if they can live in that location or not. We realized real fast how much time he and his partners have to waste just checking addresses. So we decided to create a map of Craighead County that would have all the non-livable areas shaded and make it much easier for them to look at instead of physically driving around. We decided to use ArcGIS to create this map. First, we had to learn how to use ArcGIS, so we attended a workshop as well as watched other tutorials. Then we started by making lists of all the churches, parks, and schools found in the county. Unfortunately, we realized not all are listed, so we have to reach out to the county courthouse for updated addresses as well. From here, we have been able to pinpoint the address and then create a shaded area around that address. This allows us to pinpoint a better location and are able to use this shaded area for other addresses as well. We are still in this project and hopefully we will have it done by the end of this school year. I'm now going to send it back to Jordan.
Thanks, Drew. For our next project, we want to highlight our Bearcat editing shop. Throughout the year, we have many teachers, coaches, and administrators that need small jobs done without the need to pay a professional. We have many kids that are very interested in editing and look forward to these projects. Our first project came from our superintendent and SRO officer. They had tried a couple of ways to keep people spaced out at ball games, like caution tape and blue tape. However, these didn't work very well, so they came to us and we used InDesign and created a "Do Not Sit" sign. We laminated it and used sticky tape to adhere to the bleachers. This worked very well and lasted all basketball season. Also, during the basketball season, we needed vouchers for our ball games so we could control the amount of people that entered the game. So we had a student create our logo in Photoshop, and then we pasted that into InDesign and created our game vouchers. This helped us save a lot of time, and we were able to control our crowds easily. Another project came from our soccer coach. He came to us needing name badges created and printed for his soccer team's bags that included players' names and numbers. This was an opportunity for a classmate to learn how to use Adobe InDesign and was able to create what he needed. The last big project we did was edit the senior high cheerleader state championship board picture. One of their members was quarantined during the actual picture, and we were able to use Photoshop to edit and place her into the picture to make her look like she was there. That one was really fun to do. We have been really busy helping out our school, but that's all I have to share for today. I'll send it back to Drew for our last highlight.
Thanks, Jordan. Our last highlighted project came from a local musician. He had a t-shirt made for himself, but unfortunately had used a copyrighted guitar. He reached out to us to create a guitar that he could use to print on his own shirts. One of our teammates is very creative with the software Procreate and used her iPad to create his own custom guitar. While we're still waiting on the final product to be made, here's a look at the guitar she created. You can tell the amount of time she took and the detail she was able to create on this project. She did not just simply copy and paste the original image.